Hey there, welcome to Think Crew. You have just unlocked an entirely new level of scheduling for your features and series. I'm going to be your guide to this powerhouse platform that is going to change how you work. In the next few minutes, we're going to learn together how to navigate the entire site like a pro. We are going to create our very first project. We are going to upload a script and see that come to life in our viewer. And then we're going to take that script and transform it into an actionable schedule in just a few clicks. By the end of this video, you're going to know everything you need to know about getting started with Think Crew. My name is Michael R. Williams. I'm a line producer, unit production manager, and the founder of Think Crew. Let's dive in. When you first log into Think Crew, you're going to land on the dashboard page, which is what we're looking at right now. This page may look a little bit different than what you're looking at, depending on when you're looking at it, as the dashboard page will be changing as different versions of Think Crew come out. So for the time being, let's just concentrate on the navigation, which will remain largely the same, and ignore the content right here. The navigation starts here on the left-hand side with the sidebar. We have our primary landing areas here: dashboard, projects, scripts, and schedules. You can also toggle the width of this just with this little arrow down here in the corner. And at the top here is the top menu bar. On the dashboard page, it's pretty plain, but on different pages like projects and scripts and schedules, you'll see that there are some buttons here that have to do with those individual items. Back on the dashboard page, you can see that all of those pages, though, have the right-hand side items here in common. They all have the search box, the alerts box, where your alerts will show up when you have some alerts. And from this drop down right here, you can control your profile, your subscriptions, your permissions, and of course, log out. We're actually going to revisit the topic of navigation as we start adding some things, because you'll see that the navigation will change a little bit as we start adding projects, scripts, and schedules. To create your first project, just click on the projects page right here, then click on the new button. This dialog will appear, and let's go ahead and add the name of our project. I can add a description if I'd like, and I can also add users. The way you add a user is just by typing either their name or their email address. So for instance, if I want to add myself to this user's project, I can just type in my name, and there I am. Just click enter. And now I will be added to this user's project as soon as it is created. You can add as many users as you want, and of course you can add people who aren't currently on Think Crew as well, just by typing in their email address. They'll receive an email inviting them to the project, and then when they join, they'll be in. So let's click Create. And there it is. Here's our project, and we can see Michael R. Williams was added to the project as a user. Now that we've created our first project, you'll see that the navigation has changed a little bit. Over here on the top left-hand side, you'll see that the name of the project appears along with the drop-down. This drop-down will show a list of all of the different projects you have in Think Crew. And you can also see all your projects from this little arrow right here, which has now appeared next to projects. You can use either of these to switch which project you're currently working on. And to show that, let me actually create another project. So now I have two projects, Casablanca and It's a Wonderful Life. You'll also notice that we have now switched automatically to the Casablanca project when we created it. The most recently created project will be your current project. If I want to switch back to It's a Wonderful Life as being my current project, I can use the drop-down, switch to It's a Wonderful Life. I can use this arrow over here. I could switch back to Casablanca. And I can also use these stars right here to switch as well. So if I want to switch to It's a Wonderful Life, I just click the star, and now It's a Wonderful Life is my current project. The current project that you're working on will contain all of the scripts and schedules that you create while you're in that project. So any scripts that I add or schedules that I create once I'm in It's a Wonderful Life will only be visible once I'm in the It's a Wonderful Life project. If I switch to Casablanca, then I'll only see those scripts and schedules. To add a script to It's a Wonderful Life, I'm going to click on the Scripts button right here, which takes us to the Scripts page. I'm going to click Upload, and then the Upload Scripts dialog appears. I can upload up to 10 files at the same time, and they can either be PDFs or final draft files. To upload, I'm just going to grab a copy of It's a Wonderful Life off of my desktop and drop it right here. And you can see that it's accepted that the file is the correct type. It's a final draft file. And if I wanted to clear that and not upload this file, just click Clear Files right there. I'm going to drag this back on because I do actually want to upload this, and then just click upload. And here is my script. If I just click on the title here, It's a Wonderful Life, let's actually check out the script viewer. The navigation for the script viewer actually runs along the top right here in the main menu bar. I can use this slider to navigate through any of the scenes. This is a much faster way than like scrolling through a PDF. You can actually just fly through these really, really quick, as you can see here. I can also use the next and previous buttons to navigate through, and I can also type in a scene number. So if I want to go to scene 65, there's scene 65. I can also edit the script itself just by clicking on this edit button right here, and then I can just make any changes I want. Click Save, and now they're saved. You can also create your breakdowns for this script without having to create a schedule. By clicking the second icon over here, I can actually switch to the breakdown view, and here I can see my script and all the breakdown information. And of course, I can make any changes that I want here. There's another view, the last icon over here, which allows you to see all of your scenes at the same time. It's a really quick way to navigate. If I want to find scene 149, I can just click on it, and here I am. To create a schedule based on this script, I'm just going to click on the Schedules button right here. We're going to click on New. I'm going to type in the name of our new schedule. And be sure to click the name of the script right here to import that script into the schedule. Then I just click Create. Notice now that I have both scripts and schedules created that these little arrows have appeared here on the sidebar. So if I wanted to quick switch to this script, I could just click right here and now I'm in the script. If I want to quick switch into that schedule I just created, I can click right here and here's that schedule. Notice the navigation has changed here a little bit in the schedule page. Because there's so much to do in the schedule, there are many more menu items. There's a full menu system that appears here at the top that resembles any other type of application you might use. File, edit, and you can manage all of your different categories and scenarios and elements here. And over on the right-hand side here, you can see which users are actually in the schedule right now. If there were multiple people in here, you would see multiple icons. You can click right here to add more users to this project. And then here is where you control which scenario you're currently in, which strip size you're currently in, and then the panes, which I'm going to cover in a second, are controlled from right here. ThinkCrew 2.0 introduced the tab pane system here. This allows you to make any changes you'd like to the width or height of any of these panes right here. If I want to drag my day out of days all the way up here, I can see my day out of days. Of course, we don't have any information there right now because we don't have any day strips. I can also reorganize the tabs here. If I wanted my recycle bin tab to be over here, I can just drag it over here, and now it's on this side. But most importantly, I can drag these tabs out into a pane and actually create a whole nother pane just by doing that. If I want my elements to appear on this side, I can just drag this over here. Now my elements are over here. And this drop down here helps me control some pre-made tab pane layouts. So if I just want to see just tabs along the top here, I can click that. If I want to see the default layout, this is what you see when you first open a schedule. There's a tab pane layout for doing your breakdowns, and there's a tab pane layout for working with your day out of days. And I'll switch this back to the default. You can reorganize the position of the strips just by clicking and dragging them. You can select multiple strips at the same time with your keyboard just by holding down the Command key on Mac or the Control key on Windows, and then dragging those, moving multiple strips at the same time. And I can use these buttons up here to add days, banners. I can duplicate, split, and do all sorts of other things to my strips from up here. And lastly, ThinkCrew 2.0 supports multiple boards in the same scenario. A quick way to create another board is just go here to Window and New Board Pane. And now I have a second empty board right here. Using the tab panes, I can drag that out over here, put them side by side, and then drag strips back and forth between the two. Of course, there are a ton of features that we did not cover in this video, but what we did learn should be enough to get you started. If you have any questions, feel free to hit us up on social media or at this email address. And of course, don't forget to hit the like button, click subscribe, and make sure to turn on notifications so you don't miss any of our future videos. Thank you so much for watching. I cannot wait to see the amazing things that you create with ThinkCrew. That's a wrap.